Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back and thank you for tuning in into the fifth part in the facial rigging using Python tutorials. Today we're going to add the multiply divide nodes and we're going to make the rig come alive. This is the fun part. It's a lot of work. I'm going to say that up front, but once it's done, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So last time, right, we just added the controllers. I fixed a couple of things from previous time. I added this one over here as well, and I offset it by 0.25 the eyes. That's it. That's all I've done. Not that much. So let's just dive in straight away. For those wondering about the eyes, how I did that, in this case, I just added here 0.25 instead of the turn precision 2. I just added 0.25. That's all I've done. So okay. Let's dive into this part over here where we're gonna add all the multiply divide nodes, not the multiply. I pretty much want to do it on every single group there is, right? Just in case. I might want to expand on this in the future. Probably I will. So I'm just gonna do it on every single thing that we have. So first thing, I want to find all my control groups, all of them. So in this case, we're gonna paste on ls it and group face control. Everything that has. Then I kind of want to have all the groups parented to my master controller that I added over here, right? So this one over here. So reason why is I'll just do it real fast again. Let me just quickly do it again. So this is my master controller, right? And I want everything to be parented to this, so I can parent this one back to my actual rig. So if I start moving around, the characters start moving around, the facial rig will follow the actual rig itself. So this one will be parented to the actual rig and everything else to this controller over here. So that's the easy part. I'm gonna undo this real fast. In this case, I'm just gonna say base.parent and everything to the master control. This one. Everything. Oh, easy peasy, right? Just do it everything. There it is. Okay. Couple of things before we start actually doing the rest. There's this, because there's something really weird happening as well. Let's keep that in mind. So I'm gonna move this. The groups move, but nothing else moves, right? But that's fine. That's fine. So if you were to parent this one to that one as well, you have to keep in mind. I'm just gonna do it real fast and I'll show you what happens. So if I move this, right, I'll move it up. This doesn't get any translation. You see that? So we need to do a little bit differently in this case for the eyes. So we actually have to transform or transpose the translation of this parent object to the child object as well. That's what I'm going to do first. It's a little bit easier. Before I start doing everything else, I'm going to undo the artist. There you go. I should probably also call this function here as well, so I'm going to say dot add if I can type utilities of. There you go. So now it will actually work. Okay, so I want to connect some attributes here, so I'm going to type connect attribute, and I want my parent of the eyes. In this case, where that I add here somewhere, this one, main eye control, right? This one over here. It's the rectangular shape. I want to get this translation, so translate, and I want to feed it into in this case, the face control left AI aim dot translate. So it's you just put the values from one object into the other object. That's all we're doing here right now. The reason why, so the control for the eyes will also have an actual translation and not a parental translation. Sorry. Let's try this again. Well, now this is parented now, right? So I can now actually see it moves. And now when I move this one, right, you can see that the eyes actually follow and they have a translation, which is really important for the actual next part of it as well. Let's undo everything again. There you go. Okay, so how do you add a node to everything, right? Well, in this case, since we already got all the groups here, right? We got all of them. I'm gonna make a simple for loop here. In this case, I'm gonna enumerate on it as well. So I can use the value I later on as well. In this case, on all control groups. There you go. Okay. First thing though, we want to make sure that all the groups have zero translation, right? So we want to make sure that everything is 0 to 0. So I'm going to freeze my transformations on the groups as well. Okay, and then T is 1, R is 1, and S is 1. So translation, rotation, scale, everything set to 1. That's the way to do this. Okay. Oh. So let's add some nodes here. So I'm gonna make a multi-divide node, which is nothing more than again base.shading node. Shading node. So over here. In this case, we want to add the multiply divide node. It is as a utility. Equals true. Oh, not try, but true. And I want to give it a name. In this case, let's call this face node plus the I value, right? So everything will be a unique name. So that's actually really helpful. Now to be safe, right? To be safe that the translations get interpreted correctly, we're also going to add a new one here, and that's going to be the unit conversion. So I'm going to make 2 of them, right? I'll show you later on why. So again, shading node, and then in this case we're going to add a unit conversion, same as thing 4 as a utility. Oh, sorry again. And then the name will be face node unit conversion in, right? This case. I'm going to paste this part, and then I'm going to do this, and then this is going to be the out. Now the reason why I have 2, I'm going to copy the picture real fast. So you have to imagine, right? So this is our control object, and this is the actual thing that we need to go through, right? And in between, we're going to add a multiply divide node. But to make sure that the conversion of the units is actually correct, we're going to add a unit conversion node here and one here, right? So we're going to connect the controller here to that one, and this into the multiply divide node, and then this one again in the unit conversion. This one go to the actual node itself. So this is our unit conversion 1, and this is our unit conversion 2, and this is the multiply divide node. That's why I'm adding 2. I just want to make sure that nothing weird happens, right? when you start adding everything else. Okay, so we need to set the operation, right, to the actual multiply divide. I think it's by default already set to operation 1, but let's just be sure. So based on set attribute mult diff plus dot operation to 1. So in this case it's multiply. Okay, so right, where shall we start? Let's start at a mouth. Let's do that first, right? That's the fun part. So let's go here. So I can check again, right? If in my group for loop is if there's an object with the string, in this case mouth, in there in the group. Okay. So since we have 2 types of controls, right? We have a master controller, the big one, and smaller ones. I want to make sure that we don't also grab the big one. So I'm going to say here, if the mouth corner, that's how I call my master controller for mouth corner, is in the group, then pass, then do nothing. I just want to do nothing. Everything else, do something, right? Now we're going to do something cool here. Now every joint here, let me show joints again. Right, this has a value, right? This one is set 0, then you have 1, then you have 2, and then you have 3. So what I want to do is I want to use these values to determine how much of an influence the multiply divide should have. So what we can do here, I'm gonna hide them again. So I'm gonna grab, there it is, sorry. So what I want to do is I want to grab the actual value that says there. So mouth 0, mouth 1, mouth 2, mouth 3. and use that to execute the value. So in here, I want to grab the actual value. So I'm going to I'm going to convert my object to a string. So that's going to be all control groups, and in this case I. So I don't use the group in the for loop right now. I just want to get the actual object itself. Then I'm going to split it, and then I'm going to split it after the mouth. In this case, like this. So we get the actual value. Now let's test it out real fast. Create value here. I'm going to clear it up. Oh, I get an error. Of course, I get an error. Correct. Okay, test it out real fast. Again, we're going to go here. Add controllers. Then you see, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then a whole bunch of zeros here. Perfect. So get the actual value for the actual objects. Okay, so if you were to say group value 1 in this case, right, then you get the actual number. So now you know. Okay, so now we're going to set the actual values for the multiply divide node. What I'm going to do here is get just set base.set attribute, right? So we've done before. Then I want to grab the multi-diff. And I want to set the input to, in this case, right? The input 2x, 2y, and 2z. Input 2x. And then as a value, we're going to use, well, the group value, but right now it's a string, right? We can't use it. So we need to convert it into a float group value. And then in this case, we're going to do the second one in the list and the actual number. Group value times, in this case, I'm going to go with 0.3. So the one in the corner, which has the number 3, will have an inference of 0.9, and 0.6, 0.3 is 0, etc. Okay, paste this a couple of times for the x, y, and z values. Y and z. There you go. Okay. Now, we want to make sure that the controls are set correctly, right? So the left one controls the ones on the left, and the right one controls the ones on the right. Makes perfect sense. So I'm going to check here again if there is an L in there. If there's an L, in this case left, use the left mouth corner controller, and otherwise use the right mouth controller. Else. So we set up the attributes. Now we're going to connect them. So I'm going to say based on connect attribute. In this case, I want to grab the controller from the face, control left mouth corner. Then we want to get the translation of it, so the movement of the object. And first I want to feed this into my unit conversion, right? So the first thing I want to do is in the unit conversion 1 plus dot the actual input of it, like this. So we put this into the input. Then we grab the output from the unit conversion and we put that into the multiply divide node. Again, based on connect attributes. In this case, unit conversion unit conf 1 plus the dot output. This we're going to put that into the divide plus dot input 1, like this, right? So we put our value over here in the second input, so that's like the number it will be multiplied with. In this case, we grab the unit conversion output, so the translation of our corner, we put it into input 1, right? Now we grab the output from this, from the multiply divide node, and again we feed it through the actual output. We feed this through the secondary unit conversion, so there'll be unit conf2. We put this into the input, and then we feed that output again to the actual group, right? Hope that makes sense. So again, base.connect attribute, I like this. Yeah, okay. So we grab the unit conf2 dot output, right, in this case, output, and we feed it into the group dot translate, like this. So we just make a chain, right? We just make a chain. We start with the controller object that we feed through the unit conversion. we feed that back into the multiply divide, and then again for the unit conversion to the actual object itself. I'm going to paste this real fast. And there you go. I'm going to change this one to R. Let's do it real fast. See if it actually works. I hope so. Kind of cool. First try. No errors, that's good. Now I've grabbed this. Then you actually see I'm going to move real fast. Now you actually get this really nice fall off. That's beautiful. It's perfect, right? So this one should be there. So we can now actually use this to create the mouth movement, the mouth corners. Beautiful. Okay, next up, let's do the ones over here. This one's over here, right? So these are the smile muscles. So I'm going to do the same thing here, right? I'm going to say here, if there is a smile in my group, then do this again, right? First up, I'm gonna do a little bit differently this time. See if I can do this a little bit more efficient than the way that I've done it. I don't. Yes, I think so. Yeah. Okay. No, that's not. Fine. Never mind. I'm sorry. So, since these are different values, right, and we can actually use the value of the group to control the amount of influence the multiply divide node has, I'm going to do it manually. Good old-fashioned manual labor in group, right? And then we need to again check to see if there is a 0 in the group. If there is, we're going to set a different value. In this case, that's going to be .set attribute. That's going to be the mult divide node plus input 2x. It's going to be 0.15. I wonder though, can we do a little bit differently? That would be kind of cool. Should be able to do it like this. 0.15, 0.15. That would save us a lot of work actually. And I don't get any errors, that's a good thing. Ah, that does work. What if you put brackets around it? I'm just testing something that would be super cool to actually work. Probably not though, but we'll see. One more time, and otherwise we're going to do it the old school method. No, doesn't work. Too bad. Okay. Let's do that. So let's do it manually. Okay. Input to x and that will be y, and that will be z. And z. All 0.15. Yeah. Then, right, we're gonna do. We're gonna connect them. So we're gonna say connect attributes. Again, we're gonna use the same one here. So the face control left mouth corner dot translate. We can always use the same values here. Actually, I'm gonna copy paste them all. I'm gonna copy paste these one over here, and they should work. Because they use the same input here. In this case, it's the face control left mouth corner. Same input. I'm not change anything. Awesome. So I'm gonna paste this one over here. Now we're gonna do if there's a 1 in the group, and then we're gonna do a little bit higher value. Let's do 4 here, 4, and 4. Done. Next. If there's a 2, I think we're going to go for an even higher value. I'm going to select 0.7. I wonder though, with this, we probably could just do a little more efficient, but I'm not gonna do it right now. And then I'm gonna leave this one to, is there else? No, let's just do an else here, a little easier actually, else. 0.15, it's a gym, I think let's do 3.5. Okay, let's test this fast. Now we should see that if you move this one over here, this should also move. Okay, oh, I do get errors. That down. Why are we getting an error here? Kind of weird. Warning. Interesting. If small, if left. So this is already has an input, right? So I need 27. I don't know which one that is, but I don't understand why it's not working. Odd. Let's try. No, fine. Huh. I'm gonna try this. 1, 2, 3. Let's try this amount. Then I know there's something else. Okay, this works fine. So it's the third one that's causing issues. Kind of weird, huh? What if we do this? If there's a 2. Oh, I know why. Else if. Else. I think this is gonna work. It works. Okay. So quick look. You see, you get a really nice fall off. So if this mouse moves here, you can see here that everything else also moves. So it feels like those muscles are connected, right? Which is the whole point of this exercise. Nice, that works really well. Okay. Let's undo everything. Let's do this for the right side as well. I'm gonna grab it all. If there you go. Should be here. Off. If R, then this should be R. Let's test it. This one. Perfect. That's really cool. That's really cool. Cool thing is, right, you can still control all these individual controls. You can still move them if you want to, but there's still this overall control of it and small layered control as well. It's perfect. Perfect. Okay, cool. There's the mouth. That's easy. Let's do, what else do we have to do? Let's do the cheekbones, right? That's kind of cool as well. So we're going to do the same thing here, right? So if there is a cheek in our group, then we need to do a little different, right? I'm going to quickly hit pass here. Because there are a lot of objects here called cheek. This one is cheek. This one's cheek. Right, this one's also cheek. So what you can do here is I want to just look for the upper cheek, right? So I'm going to say here cheek, upper cheek, in this case. This should be fine. So grab this one, right? So and what I want to do though is when this one moves, right? I want this one to move as well, just a little bit, just in case. Actually, do it. No, I want to move this one actually. Let's just do this one. Let's undo everything. There you go. Okay, so if they're up cheek again, if there is a left in there in group, do this, else do that. So, same thing here. I'm pretty much going to copy paste this entire part over here. The only thing we need to do is change the indentation level and unindent. One more. Ooh, this is weird. Not correct. Oh, okay. 0.15. Yeah, let's just leave it like that. Yeah. Yep, this should work fine. And copy paste this. Okay. Do it again. Paste. And it's the right side. Okay. Great. And controllers. Now we can move this. Okay, this one now moves as well. Okay. Also, I kind of want to move if we move this one moves as well, right? So right now we should only look for upper cheek, but there's a cheekbone and the upper cheek. So if I were to change this to just cheek, it's fine, right? It's actually even better. So then we can say here, if there is a upper in my group, then I'm gonna indent this entire part over here a little bit. If there's not, we can assume it's the actual smaller controller in this case, and then we're gonna do the same thing again. In this case though, I'm gonna grab all these. If, actually the same thing here, if left and right, paste. There you go. But in this case though, it's not the mouth corner that's controlling it, it's the upper cheek. So I'm going to change this into the upper cheek controller. Same for this one. And then it's just the right one, like this. Let's look at the amounts. This is probably a little bit higher. 0.5 probably is a little bit better. Oh. And same here, same here, same here. Good luck. Do this. Great, great. Move. If I move this one, see, like this as well. And the reason why, if I move this one, this doesn't move, because that means we need to add another group to this one as well. So there's a group here, a group over there, and then we need to add another group there, and then link this translation to that group. But I'll just do that some other time. It's not really that important or anything. So okay, so let's continue. Then we still have the eyebrows, right? The brow area. I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go up top here. If there is a brow in there in my group. Okay. So we have two levels of brows. So I'm just gonna pass this real fast so I can show you again. So there are two levels, right? There is a level over here, this one, and there are these one. The difference is this one has a forehead in its name and this one does not. Right? This has an eyebrow in there. Okay. So you can actually change, right? So we're gonna look for the word brow in here. Then we're gonna look for forehead to actually differentiate between those two if needed. Okay, so this one is upper 1 and this one is 2. I'm gonna undo this again. There you go. Close my window. So if there's a brow, if there is a forehead somewhere in there, in my group, then it is. If there's not, then it's the one actually the actual eyebrows, then we're going to do something else, right? So then again, we're going to do the same thing as we've done before. I'm just going to copy paste. Let's check, let's do one over here. So like this. I want to show you a different trick as well. Okay, if 5, 6, there we go. If there's a 0 in there, I want to do this, right? Okay. Now you see that I don't actually differentiate between left and right here, right? So you can also do it down here. So you'll say here, for example, if there is a left in there, in group, then we're gonna create a different connection. This one's over here. Over here. Else is going to be right, so I'm going to grab this one and paste it here. In this case though, it should be the left and that should be the upper, no, upper eyebrow one, I think it's upper eyebrow one, yeah. Upper eyebrow 1. And do this here as well. There you go. So, okay, so let's change some values here. Since this is one the actual eyebrow, this should be a pretty high value. Okay, and then we're gonna grab this one again. Fold it. And it's gonna be 1. Let's do 0.6, 0.6, 0.6. Oh, this should be else if. Then there should be a 2 in here as well. In this case though, I want to switch to a different eyebrow. This one, the one next to it, to make sense. And then if there's else, I think they're only competent, yeah. Else. Let's do 2.3. Okay. No errors. Let's test it out. Great. Error. Okay. Does this actually do something though? No. We get a big fat error. Let's see what the error actually is. Upper eyebrow could not be found. Okay. But I clicked on the face control, upper eyebrow. Oh, underscore. Oh, I fucked up. Underscore. Yep. And underscore. This kind of stupid, kind of sloppy, but yeah, that's programming. And underscore. And underscore. Okay. Now it should actually work, I think. No errors, perfect. See, now you get these moves as well now. You can make them look very angry. Or just individually grab one as well. Now it would be kind of cool though if these ones will move as well, right? That's kind of cool. Let's do it as well. So that's why I checked here to see if there's a forehead or not. So then we're going to do the same thing again. So if we just copy paste this entire line, just paste everything. The only thing we need to do is actually change the. Actually, no. I think this will work fine actually. Let's do 2, let's do 2, let's do 2, and then we're going to change the values here. I think it's already working the way it is. Also, let's do 2, 2, 2, and this one 1, 1, and 1. No errors. Beautiful. I think this is already going to work straight out of the box. No errors, then you get, see? Really subtle movement. Perfect. Same thing here. Perfect. Awesome. That's really awesome. Okay, so what's left? Well, is the eyes. It follows the same pattern, right? But only keep in mind that the eye should only follow on the y-axis, nothing else, only on the y-axis. So in this case, you have to make sure that you don't set anything in the x and z axis, so it only moves up and down, and that's it. That's it. I'm going to show you one first real fast for the eye aim, and that's it, right? So again, the same thing here in group. In this case, I'm going to show you real fast. Not diff dot input 2x 0.1. Paste. Set. Then again, if there is a left in there in group, connect the attribute, blah blah blah. So in this case, it's connect attribute, the face control left eye aim dot translate, what a word to spell, and then again in the unit conversion. 1 just our input, else paste this bad boy right, and again we just connect the outputs together. So same this line over here, exactly the same. Now the reason why I'm using 0.1 here is because I'll just show you. It's a little bit difficult to explain. Or not. Really get an error, that's always good. Why multiff? Yeah, that probably makes a lot of sense because that does not exist. Okay, there you go. If you move this right, see now it's, you see here, let's look at this part here. it actually follows it nice and slowly, right? So you actually have a lot of space between looking all the way up and all the way down. So if it was a version of one-on-one, so if it just were like one of here, then you could only move this part of here like this far up, and then it will be already looking at the top of this island. So I have a little bit more space to play around with, so you have a little bit more control, a little bit more subtle, like eye twitching as possible. Then that's the only reason why I've done this. Yeah, and that's it. So next time we're just gonna finish it, I think. That's it, and then maybe clean some stuff up. Then that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you again next time.